this is the writing clarinetist. This is my first ever video about Keeper of the Lost City's cover inconsistencies. These are little errors on the covers that you might not have noticed before. First off, I'm not sure what's going on with some of the stuff that Jason Chan drew, but I'm not trying to downplay his ability as an artist. He's really good at doing what he does, and despite the errors, the KotLC covers are breathtaking. These are Sophie's inconsistencies. When I see the close-ups of her face, the main thing I notice is that she doesn't look the same from cover to cover. Because of how difficult it is to draw the same character again and again, her features are slightly altered. Sophie's hair on the cover of Nightfall is quite obviously straight, but on the cover of Exile, it's curly? It could just be because it's windblown from the long flight with Sylvanie and Keith, because on every other cover it's mostly straight. The cover of Lodestar. The picture just seems more artistic and less realistic, in contrast with the other book covers. The cover of Flashback. You might notice that her eyes, her eyebrows, her nose, and her mouth are all placed a little bit oddly on her face, mostly because of the direction she's facing. I wondered if perhaps Sophie had plastic surgery after Flashback. On the cover of Unlocked, she's younger than on the cover of Legacy, so something could have happened to her face before the events of Legacy. Body inconsistencies. On the cover of Lodestar, Sophie's hand looks painfully splayed at a 360-degree angle. No hand can move that way naturally. My fingers hurt just thinking about it. And does anybody notice that her legs are 5 feet long? That makes me wonder how tall she is and how tall Fitz and Keith are, since they're taller than her on the cover of Legacy. Maybe elves are giants. This is a picture of the world record holder for the longest legs. Congratulations, Sophie. I think you've broken the world record. Unless world records don't apply to elves. Who knows? Now, Dex's inconsistencies. This is the single cover that he is on, oh sadness, and the lovely dimples galore picture of him. This picture has so many problems. First of all, his eyes are quite obviously dark blue to me, but they're supposed to be periwinkle, which is a very different shade. And the freckles. Some may disagree, but Dex is actually supposed to have freckles. He has strawberry blonde hair, and it's actually impossible for someone with strawberry blonde or red hair to not have freckles. Actually, speaking of his hair, it isn't even strawberry blonde in the picture. It's more of a light brown. But the biggest error of all is the dimples. Where are they? It's not that hard to draw lines on someone's face. Poor Dex the cinnamon roll. Next are the inconsistencies for Keith. Fun fact, he is on every other book: Exile, Never Seen, Nightfall, and Legacy, so if this pattern continues, he should be on the next cover. Makeup? Examine these two pictures of Keith. His lips are unnaturally red. It seems to me that he's wearing some sort of lipstick. Maybe he's trying to set an elven trend. Keith, lipstick will never be as cool as the hair. Fitz's inconsistencies. The cover of Everblaze. To me, Fitz looks very feminine. Another fun fact, when I first read Everblaze, I thought it was a female counselor with Sophie on the cover, and I didn't realize it was Fitz until I read the scene. Also, his eyes are gray rather than teal. The cover of Lodestar. His hair is very, very puffy. I think Keith and Fitz are really trying to start something at Foxfire. It's 4 inches long, yet perfectly sculpted to his head. Also, his eyes, rather than teal or dark blue. The lines on his forehead look almost like scars. Last fun fact, I thought it was Brant on the cover of Lodestar because of his angry expression, the fire coming from his hands, and the scars. Now, these are Fitz's body inconsistencies. Look at this picture of Fitz's hand. Where is his pinky? Let's just hope this is an error of the drawing and that his pinky was not blown off by the force field. Our inconsistencies for Biana. Here's the lone cover on which she appears. Biana is amazing. The cover of Never Seen. Her eyes are gray, and she looks too old for a young girl. I'm not sure how old she was on the cover of Never Seen, but she was probably around 14. This does not coincide with the fact that she could pass for Della. Tam's inconsistencies, which tricked ya he is none of. His character was very well captured on both of the covers. Inconsistencies for Lynn. Her one cover makes me so sad because she's my favorite character. I love her so much. The cover of Nightfall. She just doesn't look like herself. It's a lot different than the official picture of her. Lynn's face is a little bit shorter and her chin is more rounded than normal. Last are inconsistencies for Wiley. On his only cover, his face was messed up a lot. His nose is too flat and his lips are too rounded. But all that to say, Keeper of the Lost Cities is the best series I've ever read, hands down, even if the art has little mistakes. Comment any other inconsistencies you noticed if you found ones that were not mentioned in this video.